Hello friends, today we'll see fluid flow around submerged objects. This is one of the important topic in the FM2, that is fluid mechanics 2. Under this topic today we'll cover these points. First of all, what do you mean drag force, then lift force, then types of drag force, practical applications and few numericals. Okay, so first of all we'll see drag force. What do you mean drag force? For that I will take an example. When any body or any object is placed under the water, okay, and water is having velocity u. For that I will take, first of all I will tell you three different cases. Okay, so in the first case, object is stationary and fluid is flowing. For example, bridge pairs in the water or building standing in the air. Okay, and in the second case, object is moving and fluid is also flowing, means moving. Okay, then for that I will take an example: ship in the ocean or submarines or airplanes. Okay, these are also moving, or these are the examples of the second case. Okay, in the third case, object is moving but fluid is stationary. For that I will take an example of fish in the fish tank. Okay, where fish is moving but fluid is stationary, or man is swimming or any person is swimming in the swimming tank. Okay, so in all for that all three cases fluid is acting some force on the object. Now if we calculate that total force and then it resolved into horizontal and vertical component, then its horizontal component is called as drag force and its vertical component is called as lift force. So this is the lift force, okay, and this is the drag force. If we calculate the total force, see, object is placed in the water, okay, and that water is having some velocity u. Okay, now if we calculate the total force, then it is resolved into two components, that is uh, horizontal component and vertical component. So its horizontal component is called as drag force and vertical component is called as lift force. Okay, now we'll see some theory, means whatever I told you, that I will read it here now again. When a fluid is flowing over a stationary body, okay, a force is exerted by the fluid on the body. Okay, that is my first case. Then similarly, when body is moving, huh, moving in a stationary fluid, okay, a force is exerted by fluid on the body. That is third case, that is my third case. Okay, also when the body and fluid both are moving at different velocities, a force is exerted by the fluid on the body. So all the three cases are there. Okay, so in all these three cases fluid is acting some force, fluid is acting on some force on the body. Okay, now if we calculate that total force and resolve into two components, that is horizontal component and vertical component, then its vertical component is called as lift force and horizontal component is called as drag force. So flow of air over the buildings, that example I have given you. Okay, flow of water over the bridge piers. Then third case is submarines, ships, airplanes, means here both the objects are moving, means object is also moving and fluid is also moving. Now we'll see the expression for the same, means we are going to see the expression, means derivation for drag and lift. These are the technical definitions. See, the component of total force, the component of total force, that is Fr, in the direction of motion is called as drag, that means horizontal component. So this component is denoted by Fd. Thus the drag is the force exerted by fluid in the direction of motion, that means horizontal direction. Okay, then what is the definition of lift? The component of total force Fr, the component of total force Fr means this is the total force, and its vertical components, means perpendicular to the direction of motion, is called as lift. This is denoted by Fl. Okay, now we'll see the derivation for this. Consider an arbitrary shaped body placed in the real fluid which is having uniform velocity u in the horizontal direction as shown in the 14.2 figure. Then consider a small elemental area dA on the surface of the body the forces acting on the surface area dA are. Okay, so this is the diagram where we are keeping, means here we are placed some arbitrary shaped body. Okay, and the fluid is having velocity u. Okay, then the forces will be acting. Now we'll see this diagram. See here, we have placed this arbitrary shaped body, and we are considering this red color small elemental area, that is whose area is dA, whose area is dA. Okay, small elemental area, this area. Okay, then uh, fluid is having velocity, uniform velocity u. Okay, now uh, pressure force, means pressure force will act perpendicular to the surface of this small area. Pressure force, now we are considering pressure force. Pressure is different and pressure force is different. Okay, pressure is nothing but force upon area or load upon area, that means pressure. Now pressure force means pressure intensity into area. Okay, that is that is nothing but P into dA, which is acting perpendicular to the surface of this small elemental area. Small elemental area. Okay, now there are two forces acting on this small elemental area. First one is pressure force and second one is tangential force, that means shear force. Okay, now their magnitude is tau 0 into dA. Tau 0 is again intensity of shear force, that means shear force in shear intensity of shear force. Okay, so tau 0 into dA, and pressure force is nothing but P. Pressure is the intensity. Okay, P into dA, that means pressure into area. Okay, now its unit will become Newton. Okay, or force unit, whatever unit of force is there, that unit will be this pressure force. Okay, now pressure force equal to, first point is these are the forces acting. Pressure force equal to P into dA. P is nothing but intensity of pressure and dA is nothing but area. Okay, acting perpendicular to the surface. Okay, then second point is, second force is shear force, which is equal to tau 0. Tau 0 is nothing but the intensity of shear force, intensity. Okay, then tau 0 into dA, acting along the tangential direction of the surface. This is the tangential direction. Okay, then let theta is the angle made by the pressure force with the horizontal direction. Okay, this is the P into dA. Okay, now it is making some angle, that is theta, which is with the horizontal direction of the velocity or this flow. Okay, angle made by the pressure force with the horizontal direction, this is the theta. Now I will tell you theta. Okay, then this tau 0 into dA, this is making angle 90 minus theta with the horizontal direction. 90 minus theta. See, I will show you one diagram. See, this is the theta which is making pressure force, this is the pressure force. Okay, which is making angle theta. Now this remaining will become 90 minus theta, because this whole is 90. Okay, so it will become 90 minus, okay, please, okay, please understand, 90 minus theta. Now here it will see, if this will 90 minus theta, then again this will become theta. Now if we consider this whole angle, this is again 90. If this is 90 minus theta, then it will become theta, and this will this remaining angle will become again 90 minus theta. Okay, hope you understood this. This is the angle, initially angle made by this pressure force, this is the theta. Then remaining angle is 90 minus theta, means 90 minus theta. Okay, again this whole will be 90, so 90 minus theta, again whole will whole is 90, means this angle will become theta. Okay, and this is again remaining angle is 90 minus theta. That's why this value came. Okay, this 90 minus theta. Okay, hope you understood. Now, as per our definition, if we calculate the total force and if we resolve that total force into the two components, that is horizontal component means in the direction of motion and its perpendicular motion. Okay, with the direction of motion, another component is perpendicular that motion. Okay, that component is called as lift force, and horizontal component is called as drag force. Okay, now here we have two forces. First one is pressure force and second one is tangential force. Okay, we have two forces. Now drag force, the drag force on the elemental area, force due to pressure. There are two forces, as already I told you, pressure force and shear force. Now force due to pressure in the direction of fluid motion plus force due to shear stress in the direction of fluid motion, means both horizontal components we have to consider. There are two forces, okay, whose horizontal component we have to consider to calculate the drag force, and we have to consider perpendicular component to while calculating the lift force. So this is the PDA cos theta, force due to pressure in the direction of fluid motion. See, this is PDA. Now if I want to calculate the horizontal component, then I have to multiply with the cos theta. I have to multiply with the cos theta. So PDA into cos theta plus tau 0 into dA cos 90 minus theta. Okay, so it will become PDA into cos theta plus tau 0 dA sin theta, because cos theta, cos 90 minus theta will become sin theta. Then total drag is equal to FD, summation of PDA into cos theta plus summation of tau 0 dA into sin theta. So the term summation of P cos theta dA is called as pressure drag, okay, or form drag. We'll see the types of drags in that I will tell you in detail, but you for time being you just consider this part is pressure drag, means the part of total drag is due to pressure force is called as pressure drag, and the part of total drag is due to skin drag is due to tangential force, means shear force, is called as skin drag or shear drag, means this part is called as form drag or pressure drag, and this part is called as shear drag or skin drag. Okay, now we'll see the second case, lift force. In the lift force, force due to the pressure in the direction perpendicular to the direction of motion. Okay, perpendicular components means vertical components we are considering. We have two forces whose vertical components we are going to consider. Vertical components means perpendicular components we are going to consider. So force due to pressure in the direction perpendicular to the direction of motion and force due to shear stress in the direction of perpendicular to the direction of motion. So minus PDA into sin theta plus tau 0 into dA sin 90 minus theta, again that angle 90 minus theta. Okay, then it is equal to minus PDA sin theta plus tau 0 dA cos theta. Again it will sin 90 minus theta will become cos theta. Okay, negative sign is taken with the pressure force as it is acting in the downward direction while shear force is acting vertically upward direction. See here we are here that 90 minus theta, here it is acting downward direction, that's why it has been taken as negative sign. So total lift is equal to FL is equal to a summation of tau 0 into dA cos theta minus summation of PDA into sin theta. Okay, the drag and the lift for the body moving in the fluid of density rho at uniform velocity u are calculated mathematically as these formulas are given FD is equal to CD into A. A is area, projected area, rho that is density, and U square means U is the velocity of that flow divided by 2, where CD and CL are the coefficient of drag and coefficient of lift, where FL means lift force we can calculate mathematically CL into A into rho into U square divided by 2. Okay, where A is the projected area of the body. Projected area means when uh, I will explain you in the numerical, so it will be very clear in that. Now we'll see the types of drag. Okay, so pressure drag, as I already told you, pressure drag we have. Now we are seeing types of drag, means we are considering only drag, means horizontal component. Okay, now pressure drag or form drag, the part of total drag is caused due to pressure force. As I already told you, the part of total drag is caused due to pressure force is called as pressure drag or form drag, and the part of total drag is due to tangential force. Okay, tangential force, just a moment. The part of total drag is due to tangential force or shear force is called as skin drag, or along the tangential direction, okay, it is called as friction drag. Then the total drag or profile drag is called as pressure drag plus skin drag. This is one of the type, means total drag or profile drag. Profile drag is equal to called as pressure drag plus skin drag. Now, next type of drag is deformation drag. Now objects having very small diameter or very small in the length and low velocity, which is moving with high which is moving through the fluid, which is having high kinematic viscosity, offers resistance to its widespread motion, then drag is induced, is called as deformation drag. Okay, object which is having very small diameter or length, having low velocity, and which is moving through the fluid, having high kinematic viscosity, offers resistance to its widespread motion, then drag caused due to this action is called as deformation drag. The next one is wave drag. Objects like ship produces wave on the surface of liquid, then the drag caused due to this action is called as wave drag. Then induced drag. Objects like aeroplane disturbs the three-dimensional nature of the fluid or air or gas. The drag caused due to this action is called as induced drag. Okay, so these are the 5 types of drag. So first one is pressure drag or form drag, then second is skin drag or friction drag, then total drag, then deformation drag, wave drag, induced drag. Okay, now we'll see one example. Experiments were conducted in the wind tunnel with wind speed 50 km per hour on a flat plate size 2 meter long and 1 meter wide. The density of air is given as 1.15 kg per m cube. The coefficients of lift and drag are 0.75 and 0.15 respectively. Determine the lift force, drag force, and the resultant force, a direction of resultant force, and power exerted by air on the plate. Okay, now we'll see this example, means what is its solution. First of all, we'll see the given data. So in that they have given area of plate, that is A is equal to 2 into 1, that is projected area 2 into 1, that is 2 meter square. Okay, then velocity of air is given in the kilometer per hour, that we have to convert into the meter per second. So for kilometer, for meter we have to multiply with 1000, then for hour we have to convert into second, we have to divide it by 60 into 60, that is 3600, then it will come as 13.89 meter per second. The density of air is given as 1.15 kg per m3. Then values of CD are also given 0.15 and CL as 0.75. Okay, so we have a standard formula, mathematical formula, to calculate the lift force and drag force. Then by putting the values, above values, we have calculated these values, 166.404 Newton and 33.28 Newton. Remember, the unit of force is always Newton. Okay, pressure into area. Okay, then a resultant is calculated by this formula, FD under root FD square plus FL square. By putting above values, we are going to calculate the resultant. Then the direction of resultant force is given by this standard formula, tan theta is equal to FL upon FD. Then theta is nothing but theta is equal to tan inverse of 5, that is 78.69 degrees. Okay, then power exerted by air on the plate. This is just again on standard formula to calculate the power. Power is equal to force in the direction of motion into velocity. So force in the direction of motion is drag force, so FD into velocity is nothing but U. So we are going to calculate the power as in the its standard unit is watt. So 462.26 watt answer. This is the answer for power. Okay, and watt is equal to Newton into meter per second. Okay, thank you for the watching this video.